Welcome back to Startup Hack. I'm Spencer Thomason, and with my 25 years of development experience here at Startup Hack, we turn beginners into full-stack developers in as little as 3 months. So today we're going to dive into Couchbase Lite versus Couchbase Mobile. Now, I originally had done a video on Couchbase versus, I think it was SQLite versus Couchbase, and I got this comment on here, and I love getting comments on my channel because it really let me know that people are seeing the whole or watching the videos, and I really like getting the feedback and everything. So I got this. Let me grab the comment here really quick. So I got this comment here from Matt, and he says, it looks like it's a very old version of Couchbase SDK. Also, I think a Couchbase Lite versus Couchbase Mobile comparison might be a little more interesting versus comparing it to SQLite. Man, I love getting this, and so it turns out that he's actually a Couchbase employee and a .NET developer, so he was looking for us to be able to do a better video on this. Man, I love getting that feedback. Really appreciate that, Matt. Hope you like and subscribed, and hope you're coming back for all the other videos. So let's dive in, and we're going to talk a little bit about the comparison on these first, and then we'll give you some code samples as always. Because as always, we provide all the code samples, so make sure you go check out the link down below in the comments because we provide hundreds of different code samples, and today's no different. So let's dive into this a little bit. All right, so let's get started on this presentation here, and we'll talk a little bit about what the difference are, what to expect. So I know when I dug into this, I didn't honestly know the difference about Couchbase Lite versus Couchbase Mobile, and so when I got these here, I dove in and started to learn a little bit more about them. So first of all, with Couchbase Lite, the definition and the purpose of it is it's an embedded NoSQL JSON-document Style database designed for mobile and edge devices. It allows applications to store, retrieve, and query data locally on the device, providing an offline first experience. Now, I got this definition right from their website, and I'll make sure I include the links down below in the comments along with the free code samples. Now, the key features of Couchbase Lite, keep calling it Couchbase Lite is local stories and queries. Couchbase Lite supports full CRUD operations, full text searches, and advanced query capabilities using SQLite syntax. This ensures efficient data management directly on the device. It's also cross-platform, including iOS, Android, and Windows, which makes it really versatile for mobile applications, which is funny because mobile is a little different. While Couchbase Lite can function as a standalone database, it supports synchronization with Couchbase Server via Sync Gateway, allowing for seamless data integration and consistency across devices and the cloud. So the use cases, it's ideal for applications that require offline capabilities and need to manage data locally on the device. It's also suitable for environments with intermittent or no network connectivity, ensuring the application remains functional. All right, so now let's move on to Couchbase Mobile. So now mobile is a comprehensive NoSQL database solution that combines Couchbase Lite, Sync Gateway, and Couchbase Server to provide a fully integrated data storage, access, synchronization, and security platform. So Couchbase Lite acts as the embedded database on the client side, managing local data storage and providing necessary CRUD operations and queries. The Sync Gateway serves as a synchronization hub, enabling secure and efficient bidirectional data synchronization between Couchbase Lite clients and Couchbase Server. It also supports peer-to-peer synchronization between Couchbase Lite instances. Now, the server provides centralized data storage in the cloud, handling large-scale data management, scalability, and high availability. All right, so the big features are end-to-end synchronization. It ensures that the data changes are synchronized across devices with a central server, maintaining data consistency and integrity. It also offers enterprise-grade security features, including user authentication, role-based access control, secure data transport over TLS, and full database encryption. Now, it also is designed to handle scaling from hundreds to millions of users, making it suitable for large-scale applications. I find this really interesting because you can have tons of different embedded devices out there and all sync up to the server. Sounds really powerful. All right, now it's suitable for complex mobile and web applications that require real-time data synchronizations across multiple devices and a central server. It's ideal for use cases where data consistency, security, and scalability are critical. So in summary here, we're going to jump into the code samples here, so bear with me. Couchbase Lite focuses on providing a local embedded database for mobile devices with storing offline capabilities and basic synchronization support for when they do come online. Couchbase Mobile offers a comprehensive solution that includes Couchbase Lite, Lite, Sync Gateway, and Couchbase Server, delivering advanced synchronization, security, and scalability features for complex and large-scale applications. So Couchbase Lite is really good for the local embedded, and then Couchbase Mobile includes that local embedded database, as well as the sync and the server to keep it all up to date. All right, now with always, let's dive into our code samples. Okay, so I actually have two different code samples in this one because we have a code sample for both Couchbase Lite as well as for Couchbase Mobile. So in this case, we can see here that we create a database called My Database, right? And then we create a document that we're going to store in it, and then we save it. We can see that this is done very simply, very straightforward, right? Now, we can go look at this database class, which is part of their SDK. So trying to dive into the SDK. So this is a part of the SDK, which, oops, you can see that just popped open here, because it pulled the decomiled code. And so part of the SDK is to include the Lite and the Lite query here, which will allow us to then be able to reference this directly, right? And so you can see how quick and easy it is to set up and create or open a database, create a new document, and then to save it. Now we can also retrieve the document from the database, where you just reference this document ID, and then it would go and retrieve this and get these. Now in this code sample here, I'm not actually connecting to a database, so this is just a sample. You'll need to connect it to one of your data sources. And then at the end, you can run these select statements using C#, which is really powerful. You can see we didn't even have to write any SQL or any hard query language. We can build this all right with C#. We then execute this, and it will actually loop through each of these and get these various IDs and then close it. So this is, again, very simple. This is Couchbase Lite, which is just used for a local data store. So this is really powerful and definitely a good comparison to SQLite, but then it provides a lot more robust features with being able to sync to the server. So let me pull up the other one. Like I said, we're getting a 2-for-1 special on this video. We're going to get, let me pull up the Couchbase Mobile and pull that up. Okay, so this one's slightly different here. It's Couchbase Mobile example, right? So in this case, we create the database again, and you can see that we're including the same classes, but this one actually includes the Couchbase sync, right? Which is an important part because we want it to be able to sync to that other server. This is one of the big powerful pieces of Couchbase Mobile. Now we then create a document, save it. This is all very similar, except now this is a mutable document, right? So this mutable document is slightly different because it's going to work to actually sync with the server, right? So after we grab, so this is our sync server here, right? Which in my case is local. And so we would actually grab the URL endpoint. So after we save, we then also tell it to replicate, this is the configuration. We then tell it to replicate this and start the data server. So this is how we start the replicator. We then observe the replicator status, right? So we can check and see whether it's thrown any errors or anything, right? We can try to add this listener. And then we have a synced out sleep here just so we could kind of test this. And if we were running this locally here, but this is all that it takes to be able to run this. And so if you have a Couchbase server set up somewhere, you would just point these configurations at your server, right? And then once you do that, you'd be able to sync these local changes to the server. And so obviously you'd probably split these into different events, but you'd be able to save here locally and then have it sync up to the replicator. So very powerful. You can see that all of this with just like 50 lines of code. So ultimately, these are really powerful solutions to provide you a great option to be able to work with a great offline database store that stores your database locally. As always, make sure you pull down the code samples. Make sure you like and subscribe and leave a comment on the video because I love to get feedback. As you can see, maybe I'll make a video off of your comment. I think this is the 4th or 5th one I've made off of comments. So give me feedback. Tell me things that you'd like to see, and I will definitely jump in and make videos for those. Here at Startup Hack, we love to train software developers. With my 25 years of development experience, we take beginners and turn them into full stack developers in as little as 3 months. Now, obviously, they're not pros at that point, but we can at least get them with their foot into the job. So make sure you check out our links down below, and we'll catch you guys next time. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel because we bring you lots of great tutorials and tips that every developer should know. See you next time.